Today I got a question from a viewer. Let's see if I can bring it up. And he says, Lloyd, I was talking to this girl who seemed really interested in me at the beginning. She would respond super quickly all the time and was really enthusiastic to meet up. At the time, though, I wasn't very interested in her, but as soon as I started actually showing some interest and opening up, she started taking longer and longer to respond. Why did she start doing this? How can I get her to start responding again? This is really annoying. Thanks, and look forward to hearing your answer. Okay, so this is a question that I probably get, I don't know, maybe every day, several times a week. Okay, I get some form of this question. So what do you do when she backs off? Okay, so I'm going to give you, the first answer that I'm going to give you is we'll solve the problem, for now, but not for long term. Okay, so this is something that can give you a temporary fix, but if you want the longer term actual answer to this, then I would recommend you stay to the end. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is don't contact her, but if she contacts you, then respond and be positive, and you always want to keep good vibes between the person, okay? So responding to her is fine, but I wouldn't be reaching out all that much, because it sounds like when you started to reach out, that's when you started to get problems, okay? Now, you're probably thinking, okay, how do I actually text this girl if I can't text her? I can only respond to her. If she had that interest with you, and then you take it away, she's gonna want it back. She's gonna feel something missing. Chances are you probably acted needy, or she probably sent something, or sometimes with these young girls especially, if you start acting really into them, they think something's wrong with you. So that can happen a lot too. So if you back off a little bit, let her come to you, then a lot of times she will. And then you can respond there, keep it positive, keep it fun. You basically want to seem like you're doing something, and you want to seem like you're on your path, you're doing the things that you got to do, okay? That's temporarily going to get her back. And a lot of times you can sleep with this girl. A lot of times you can, even date her for a little bit, okay? But if you are using this tactic a lot, again and again, okay? You have a relationship of deprivation, meaning she only wants it when you're depriving her of the happiness that you're giving her, okay? It's not something you really want. And look, dude, I've hooked up with dozens of these girls. Oh my goodness. I know how it goes. But you really want to find someone and express yourself in the right way, so you don't have to be playing these frickin' games, man. It is annoying, okay? And I'll tell you why it's annoying. Because you're doing something you don't want to do. That's really what's the stupid part about it, okay? Now, at first you said that, you weren't really that interested in her. When I'm pursuing a woman, I act as interested as I am going to be, right from the get-go, And if she likes me, great. If she doesn't, no big deal either, okay? That's what you want to do. Most of the time it works out for me, and I don't have to. I used to deal with these games constantly. That's why I'm saying I hooked up with dozens of these kinds of girls, because I was doing that shit all the time. I was like, okay, well, now I gotta pull back, do some form of the no contact rule or whatever. No contact rule actually works a lot better for women than it does for men. But yeah, I was able to sleep with a lot of them, even date some of them for a little bit, but it was, a lot of times it was a headache. I'm not saying it wasn't fun, but what you really want to cultivate, and this is what I really try and train my students to do, and I work with them pretty intensely over this, is you want to cultivate a high value mind. So you don't have to be thinking about, because I'll see people's messages, and chances are if I saw this guy's message too, I could probably see when he was texting that, the neediness was coming through, or the low value behaviors were coming through. It's subtle, and if you don't already have that mindset, then it's very difficult to fake. You can do it for a little bit, a lot of times guys do the tricks where they, maybe they act, not really available, and that can work for a little bit. But a lot of women will be able to, once you start texting them, they can see, oh, this guy is not, he's not who he's pretending to be. Okay, and that's probably why she pulled away from the get-go. So you want to develop a high-value mind. Yes, being on your purpose helps. Yes, doing all that stuff can really help. But developing it requires a series of habits, and it requires a new mindset. Because I deal with a lot of guys who actually have been on their purpose, who actually have accomplished a lot of things. And that is really, really good for it. It solves a lot of people's problems, but not for everybody. And sometimes, you know, you go through it and you're still, maybe you got the career, you got all the other aspects of your life figured out, and this is still the final part that's missing. And it comes through when you're texting. It comes through when you're talking to the women. So what you want to do is you want to have a series of behaviors, think about things in a different way, and what you're actually going to notice is you're going to be getting way more results with, you know, a fifth of the effort. Okay, you're not really going to have to be micro-guessing about what she's saying. Oh, am I acting alpha now? Am I, you know, am I high value now? Like, should I pull back? Like, all of those games you're not going to have to play, and it's honestly so frustrating having to deal with that sort of stuff. And you don't really want to get in a relationship with a woman or date a woman, or even hooking up with them. I guess that can be fun for a little bit, but yeah, you're still going to be dealing with those problems. So the way that you cultivate a high value mind is, I go over this tons of times, you know, in other videos that I have, but if you want to get personally coached by me to be able to do that, there is a form in the description box below. Fill that out, and we'll get back to you if you're a good fit. But if you're kind of strapped on cash, like that's my more premium program, then I would recommend that you sign up for the mailing list about I'm coming out with a system that will, I'm not going to personally be there, walking you through it, but it's this video series that you can get signed up for. So sign up for the mailing list there, and you can get notified about it, So that's going to tell you a lot of the stuff that you need to know in there as well too. So watch a lot of my other videos, but you want to start cultivating the habits where you put yourself first. I talk about this so many times, but really, it's not about whether the girl likes you. It's not about whether she responds to you. It's about whether she makes sense for you and your life. And if you're just trying to get laid like I did for years, then yeah, you might be able to get her back and sleep with her. But if you're trying to date for a serious relationship, I'd recommend that you start putting yourself, being yourself from the get-go, and then taking things that way. Even if you're just trying to hook up, I would recommend that too, but especially if you're looking for a strong relationship. And a lot of times, especially if you haven't even met up with this girl, if she's already pulling back before you've even met up, probably not a great sign. I'd highly doubt it's gonna work out. So anyway, that's what I have to say about this, you guys. If you've made it, consider subscribing. Again, if you want to get signed up for that program, form in the description box below. You want to sign up for the mailing list to get notified about the program that I'm going to be coming out with, which is going to be a lot cheaper, then I would sign up for that as well too. So thanks a lot, you guys. Good luck out there.
That said, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like the video, make sure to click the bell notification, make sure to share the video with anybody that you think could use the video, and make sure to comment in the video. We really look at these comments a lot. We're always responding to them, and it tells us what you want more of, if you like this, that type of stuff. That's one of the best ways to get your questions answered.